Cam Radio, we go ham. It's your boy Tony G and Big Lou every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Tune in, watch us, man. First week of college football, had a couple, as you call them, dings. LSU, I picked LSU, they didn't win. But again, I was impressed with UCLA a lot more than I thought. And, LSU's, these teams every year, obviously, but Alabama just keeps getting them. But, I mean, it's just you got to kind of rebuild as you go. And it might be a little bit of a rebuilding year for LSU and taking nothing away from UCLA, and it was a heck of a they beat them. That's all you can say. I got that one wrong. I got the Clemson, Georgia.
Yeah, Clemson that was another one of my dings.
That was they lost Sunshine, they lost some running backs. They lost, they're one of those programs that have top picks, but again, kind of a rebuild. You're losing a lot of the molecular inner workings of a team that was a fine machine, and you lost a lot of pieces, and now you're trying to keep it going. That's all you can do. And then, of course, Alabama won. They looked. Yes, they did. Yes, they ran.
Did you see as I was watching the game, I was just amazed at how small Miami looked on the field against them guys. I mean,
I agree.
Because I know Miami, they do have studs that show up and show out there, but it's just when they was on the field with Alabama, man, it just looked small. They made plays, a few of them, but man, Alabama is starting it's a factory now. Not only for defense, but offense as well. They got
offensive line, definitely.
They got 3 quarterbacks in the NFL now starting.
Yep. Pretty impressive. And their offensive line they go to the pros. Yeah. I mean, and their defensive front goes to. I mean, they're definitely a little factory they got down there. And again, it all comes from the Belichick. Well, actually, it comes from the Big Tuna. That's where it all started.
Yeah, Parcells.
It all started with Parcells.
So Parcells like the emperor, and then you got Belichick, Darth Vader.
Right. That's right. And you got you got Saban. You even have
Miami's coach is under that tree too, the defensive.
And the Saints.
Sean Payton.
Yep, Sean Payton. He was under Bill Parcells. For a while. Yeah, so he definitely falls underneath the tree. But yeah, it was like I said, we got first week of college football. We got NFL. We're going to touch base on a couple games of interest as far as college football, and then we're going to go from that point on. We go into the NFL, and it takes there's a lot of games. Yeah. So this week, I like Ohio State beating Oregon. It's a 14-point. It's a 14-point. I don't know if, to be honest with you, Ohio State with its schedule really has an opportunity to go undefeated. I mean, it really does. I'm gonna put. I just don't see their kind of with their schedule. I just don't see them. I mean, there might be somebody. That's our great thing about college football that I liked when. It's kind of like the tournament when that nobody, I don't mean nobody team, but when that small school comes out that day and says not to, they show up.
Lose, do or die.
Nothing. Yes,
because they haven't been there before, and you're going to play all out. It's just the thing that kills the small school in the tournament is containing your emotion.
Sure.
Because what gets them in the end? Penalties. Yeah. Because, it's so close. So you overplay. If they could dial that down, and one of these teams is going to get there. They're going to crack the mold. So
absolutely. I definitely, and we were talking about watching Tulane play, and I mean Tulane played with their hearts
Yeah,
on
they
their
flat
sleeves,
out
and
played some football.
they did. I mean, they really looked good, and that, playing a number 2 team in the country. I mean, it was, and all the, they're not playing out of Tulane. They're practicing in Georgia.
Right.
They're going to have to fly all over, staying here, staying there because of the
hurricane. Yeah,
hurricane. And we wish them the best down there. There's a lot of work to be done. But yes, that's definitely huge for them to. And they looked, like I said. I mean, I don't. You always think when the big guy comes in, maybe they underestimate the small guy, and that could have been a little bit of it. But Tulane, I was very. I like Tulane. Tulane they put on a heck of a show.
And it was awesome for them to paint the field with their logo to make it like
it was.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. There was a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff coming on that. There's no doubt. So the other game coming off, the UB Bulls are coming off a huge victory. And they are, I usually don't bet on the Bulls, but they're plus 13 playing Nebraska, coming off a big win. I like the UB Bulls. And this is a little fact. I threw this on the air last year. I don't know if you know this. Do you know what all-pro defensive man played at UB? University of Buffalo is a dentist school. That's what it is. It's not really known for its academic. It's not known for its football, or the last couple of years it had. Cleo Mack played it at Buffalo.
Wow.
Yeah, he only was there for a year. He played ball, and then he moved on to, he was a stepping stone. He still comes back. He still comes back to Buffalo. But yeah, that was a little. Cleo Mack played 1 year with the Bulls.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is. I thought it was pretty. It was like, wow, somebody in the league. But yeah, I like Buffalo plus the 13.5. They're playing in Nebraska because Buffalo's coming off a big win. And of course, let me see what else I got. Let me see. Trying to find. All right. Yeah. So let me see. I'm trying to find. Yeah, we already said. Ohio State. Yeah, Ohio State over Oregon. We got that minus 14. And I like. So here's a game that a lot of times it's USC minus 17 with Stanford. This is going to be a good game. A lot of people don't give Stanford the credit. Yeah. They usually put out a decent. They've got a decent product they put out on the field.
Right. They play up to their potential when it comes to USC.
Yeah. Yes.
Get a good game out.
Yeah. I like Stanford plus the 17. I like 17.5. I like Stanford with not the USC. USC is going to win this game, but I think they're going to win it by. I think they're going to win it by 10 because this is going to be a little bit closer of a game than they think.
Right.
Like I said, it's going to be a tough. Going to be a very good. If like I said, you want to watch some good football, that's going to be a good football game. And also let me see what else. I'm trying to. There's one more that I was like, I'm kind of Iowa State, Bowl, California, TCU, Georgia. So, see, this is where it gets a little bit. Some of them, when they start getting into the 20 and 30, 37, that's a lot. I mean, I know, like we got the Massachusetts is plus 37 playing Boston College.
I don't know because Boston College is another one of those schools.
Yep.
That will put a whooping on you when they play. When they come to play, they'll whoop you, or they'll mess you up. They'll ding you.
Yeah, no doubt. I like another game that I like, and I'm gonna ride with them this year because I think they're gonna have and like I said, it gets a little tricky with the college football spread. I'm not going to say I'm a big gambler on the college football because the spreads get so crazy.
Right.
Notre Dame minus 16.5 over Toledo. I think Notre Dame's going to have another good season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a believer like last year. Like a lot of Notre Dame's a really good team,
Right.
Great school, and I think they're going to be a really good team. But they're not. I don't find them in the same category as Ohio State or Alabama. They're not
They're
there
not
yet.
elite yet.
They're not elite yet. I'm not saying they're not working
They're
towards
great,
it.
but they're really good.
Yes.
They're not great. They're not with the greats or the elites. Well, we could put it with the
Right.
greats because you can't talk college football without Notre Dame. But
that's true.
At the same time, they're not elite yet.
Yeah, not so. Not right now. They're working on it. That's the best. You know what I mean?
They're working on it, but they're almost there. I think if they pull off a championship, that might open the door for them. Based off of the history and the prestige, and as being known independent and being a well, they're not independent anymore, are they? Did they join a conference?
They are. Jesus.
Are they still independent?
Wow. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll research that, y'all, and we'll get back to y'all. But it's for the prestige of the school and for them to be known as an academic school. Not to say so much, a school with elite athletes, although they've had some Heisman Trophy winners and some NFL players, but they're not up there with the Alabamas and the Ohio States and those guys.
Right. They just, it just kind of everything. I always look at college football like this. There was a time when LSU stunk.
Yes.
For many, many, many years. It's like waves of, It'll have a ride and then it'll hit a lull and then it'll come, then it'll come back. And it's just kind of, it's just the way it is, go through recruiting, whatever. It's just
you just have to go through that phase, like with with Steve Sarkisian in Texas.
Right. It's just kind of part of the deal. It's just not there. It's not necessarily a guarantee as they say. But yeah, those are my picks. Like I said, I don't cover a bunch of college ball. If there was any games that you had interest in, but I just kind of pick and choose over the ones that what I kind of, I feel comfortable with. Those are the ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down we're going to go through every game starting week 1, point spread, over, plus, under. And this is a good one, I think. Game 1, Thursday night, Cowboys in Tampa Bay. Tampa playing at home. I like Tampa Bay -8. And I'm going to tell you why. And you can elaborate. Tampa Bay's still in a great spot of repeating, provided no injuries. I think Dallas is going to have a decent year. I think they're going to have a good year. They're going to have a winning record here. It's week 1. Anything can happen. They can turn it around. I think Dallas really, really needs this win to kind of help that confidence, because I think, and like I said, they lose. Whoever loses the first one, it's not over. They could turn around, but I just think there's a lot on Dallas, especially if they come out and they get manhandled. But I like I said, I like Tampa -8. The under over is 52. I have to look at that a little more intense because it's week 1. May go with the under, but I definitely like Tampa. Well, I don't know. What's your thoughts? What do you think the Cowboys? How do you think the Cowboys are going to come out week 1 against Tampa Bay?
Well, we went well with with their lead stud offensive lineman out. That is going to be a problem for Dak. With the knees fine. He's got confidence in that. The question is the shoulder. You've seen him throw in practice. We've seen a little bit of Hard Knocks. Okay, but we've had, a whole training camp, and preseason, and you were limited. But a lot of stars don't play preseason. That's really to fill your roster, but still, repetition is best, especially for your offensive line and new players coming in, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
I'm with you on Tampa Bay. They just picked up where they left off because they are jacked into the TB12 way of doing things. Right. And Mike Evans even said that they're better this year from last year because now they've had a whole, you know what I'm saying? Now that everybody knows that it works, they're in tune more. So now they're even living up to what Tom Brady says they are, whatever he, and I believe that's what he does. He's like, come on, Gronk. Gronk comes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
well, I think, what's the old saying? I got to trust the process. Well, when the process delivers that quickly, it's kind of, you're on board. You're like, whoa, okay, this is, and I think it's going to be a good game. I'm sure Kevin may come out with, I doubt it, but they could come out with the year after the win of the Super Bowl, a little flat.
They're going to come out flat, but I think it's going to take them this game or about 2 games and then, to get back in the rhythm. But, but Brady, his process is, you can always be better.
Here's the deal. Brady doesn't. Here's the real deal to break down this game. Brady doesn't have to play great on the 9th. He doesn't have to play great at all. He just have to not mess up because they got a defense. They got a defense that will put you on your butt. You know what I'm saying? So
at all three levels.
At all 3 levels. So he doesn't have to come out and throw for 500 yards, 300 yards. You don't have to do that. No. He can just come out and manage the game and just kind of, go down the field.
And just let the playbook and let the game win itself. I don't have to win the game. I'll let the players do their part to help me win.
That's right.
Everybody's involved. And when everybody's involved, everybody happy and everybody believes. It's hard.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's good. Like I said, that's the difference of, and that to me, that's the difference. Now we'll see on the 9th. That's all we can do is wait and see. But the Tampa Bay defense is a stud, and I know Dallas has improved, but it wouldn't be fair to say that Dallas' defense is as good as Tampa's. It's not. Even if you say, hey, the offenses are equal, okay, sure, I'll go with you on that. But the defense are far leagues apart.
Right.
Hey, guys, we're going to pay some bills. We're appreciating everybody tuning in every Tuesday night on the Sportsbook, me and Big Lou. When we get back, more NFL Week 1 right here on KM Radio where we go ham.
Ham.
KM Radio, we go ham. It's your boy Tony G, Big Lou, every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. KM Radio, NFL Week 1. We just covered the Cowboy game. Picking Tampa -8 at home. I don't know about the over under. May put them in a parlay. Mm-hmm. Game 2 on the 12th Sunday. Pittsburgh Steelers, Buffalo Bills. Mm. I know, right? -6, Buffalo's playing at home. Mm-hmm. The over-under is 49. To me, the Bills have to start off on the right page. I think a lot of people are expecting a lot out of them. I think they're expecting a lot out of themselves. Mm-hmm. I think Pittsburgh, of course, like we always say, Pittsburgh's going to come in well coached. Very minimum mistakes. It's going to be a tough game. I like Buffalo -6.5 at home. What do you think? You think Ben's going to? I mean, what are you expecting out of Ben this year?
I expect for Ben to be better for the simple fact that he's in shape. He's looking good. His confidence is back up. So whatever that So I guess last season, he needed to, just look inward. And once he figured it out, now he's starting to make changes. He's going to be better. That being said, they're going up against a Buffalo team that I believe that is going to be just as good or better as they were last year. I don't expect as much out of Josh Allen as per se,
Last year?
the whole masses, but I do expect him to be, a little bit more,
Decisive?
packaged, I would say.
Okay.
Package, there's not going to be a lot of highlight flashes. He's going to do it when he needs to, but I think he's going to be a little bit more packaged in, operating in that offense, because now he's got the elements that he needs, to do that, where like Tom Brady, he doesn't have to win the game. He has talent that'll do it for him.
Right.
So with that, I'm with you. I'm going with Buffalo. I believe that's the AFC. They're the representatives of the AFC East, I believe. Even though New England's going with Mac Jones, I don't think they're there yet.
Right.
Where Buffalo is. They got to contend with Miami. Jacksonville, we'll see with that. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm with Buffalo. They're going to win this game.
-6
Pittsburgh's
at
going
home.
to come to play. We'll see what Najee Harris, see what Buffalo's defense is going to do to contain him. But we'll see. But I believe Buffalo will come away with the victory.
All right, game 3. We got the Jets and Carolina Panthers. So the over in this is 45. This could be a low scoring game.
Yeah.
Only because the offenses aren't highfalutin. But it's hard to have faith in the Jets. It just is. It's kind of, it's just kind of, I think Carolina minus the 5. I like Carolina -5.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I always tell people. So it's Tuesday. We go through all these picks. So I put down all my picks, and come Saturday, because things will change.
Mm-hmm.
COVID, you got COVID, you got injuries. Right. So that's why on late Saturday, early Sunday is when I actually place my bets. And I don't bet on. I always tell people that I'm picking who I think is going to win these games.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, we're at 12 games. I'm not betting all 12 games. I may bet on 3 teams twice in different parlays or different whatever. But I'm not betting. I'm just breaking it down for anybody that this is their first season listening to us. But yeah, we're just kind of breaking it down. And I like Carolina minus the 5. They're at home. I'm even, like I said, I'm not totally against the over at 45 or the under at 45, because I think this could be a Carolina winning, 20-10.
Yeah.
Something on those aspects. But yeah, I like. Do you think Carolina is going to turn it around this year?
I don't think this year with Sam Darnold, new offense. Knew everything. I don't think they're going to do it this year. 5-6 games, maybe I'll give them 5-6 games. I don't know if they're going to do 8 or more, but they're going to win this game over the Jets.
Yeah,
they'll probably make some plays, but I don't think that their talent matches Carolina's talent.
Yeah, so, I'm with you on that. Yeah, that's why, like I said, Carolina minus the 5. It's kind of
yeah.
But
and they're still, and the jury's still out on Sam Darnold. You're kind of in that Carson Wentz type, little office space, if you will.
Yeah.
So, we're going to see what he can do now that you're away from the obvious problem.
Right.
Let's see what you can do now. You got Matt Rule coming in, college offense, so to speak, or something that you can, relate to and get back to and build from that. So jury's out. Let's see what he do, but I do believe he'll get the victory. I'll go with that -5 too.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him because I just think he was in a bad situation, a terrible situation with no help, no offense. All right, next game is Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston Texans. Who is? I didn't even, I haven't even looked. Who is the Texans quarterback?
The Texans quarterback is what's his name? He just came from San Diego.
Oh, okay. Gee, I can't even think. So Deshaun's just sitting out. They're not doing anything. I guess they're still waiting to see what.
Yeah, they can't do anything with him until he gets until he gets that situation resolved.
Okay. All right. So in Jacksonville has sunshine.
Right.
I think, I watched him in preseason, and he looks good. He has a good presence in the backfield, in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Got a nice arm. I think I think he's going to be okay.
Right. Tyrod Taylor is the starting quarterback for the Houston Texans.
Yeah, that's
And Tyrod Taylor is one of those guys that's going to win you 8 to 10 games, and that's as far as you go. But they're not going to win 8 games. All their talent is gone. So yeah, I believe Jacksonville is going to take the victory. But Tyrod Taylor doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but he just doesn't have that next level mentality.
No, he was our quarterback. He sat behind Joe Flacco for 4 years. 4 or 5 years. I think he has a Super Bowl ring. He came to Buffalo. We made him our starter, and he did real well for us.
Yes.
He was kind of like
Teddy. He's kind of like Teddy.
But kind of like Teddy.
Yeah, right there in there Teddy.
So we went to our first playoff game with him in many years. I think we either played Jacksonville. I want to say it was Jacksonville we played. So one thing that you'll notice about him is he can manage the game.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't throw a deep ball. He doesn't. I mean, he's just a drop off. So he's very manageable. You know what I mean? But everyone else around him, they're going to have to win it, and Houston don't have it. And like I said, I think Jacksonville's coming out with the kid, and they're going to. I think they're going to put it in the air and score some points against Houston. But I like Jacksonville minus the 3. The over's 44.5. I'm not really, like I said, over under is the first week. I'm a little skeptical because it's hard to, I don't really know exactly, who's hot, who's not. It's week 1. I mean, I can't, it's hard to go off on. Yeah, there's a lot of.
We're just going off of what they brought back from last year based off their record and their gains and their losses and their draft picks off potential or with draft pick that's like a little extra seasoning on the top, but we go with where their standing was last year, where they ended, what key factors of their offense and defense have they lost and what have they replaced it with, and we go with that. And on week 1, now week 2 we got a little bit of current data, and then you go from there. But yeah, week 1 you could just base it off of that, or at least that's the formula that I use when it comes to
that's
trying to
trying to make a game plan, trying to make some money. So the next game is Arizona Cardinals and Tennessee Titans. Okay. I like Arizona. I think they have a lot of talent.
Yeah,
the defense is really good. That being said, Tennessee, with the way they play and the way they played last year, this is a 3-point game. I like Tennessee at home. I like Henry. They're going to pound the ball down. Now he's got some weapons on the outside.
Yeah,
this is going to be tough. Yes. So he has some weapons, even though they're not an air team. At least he'll have some options to give Henry give him a break, even though I don't think he really wants a break. I think he's one of those runners. You know, he's a big stand-up guy. It just seems like he kind of gets warmed up. You know what I mean? Like he starts breaking it off in the third and fourth quarter.
Right.
Kind of a tempo runner. Tennessee's playing at home. I like Tennessee. -3. What's your thoughts on Arizona? You think Arizona's made enough moves to make a run?
Yeah, but not against Tennessee at
Week 1.
Yeah, not week 1. They're not the best road team from that, based off last year.
Based on the information we have.
Yeah, but I do believe that they've made some key acquisitions that's going to help them, win more games than we think they're going to win. But I just don't think it's going to be this one. I just think that Tennessee has, they have more firepower to me. Well,
it's a different firepower.
Yeah, it's a different firepower, different style, Albeit Kyler Murray's small, but he plays big,
Oh, yeah.
So you can't just say that he's going to be, a deer in headlights because he's seen it now.
This is third year. No.
So now he's got the offense locked in, and then he's got weapons. So, I just don't think it's going to be this game. -3.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. It's good because it's going to be a close game, I believe. But I just think that, we'll see with J.J. Watt and Derrick Henry. We'll see how that works out. Now, Arizona's got a great defense now.
They do.
Their secondary, we'll see with that. But the front and the second level, I think they're okay. I think they're good there. But Derrick Henry's a beast. He's got weapons on the outside with Brown and Julio, even though Julio's, they say Julio's older. I don't see it on the field.
Right.
But we'll see with the new offense and everything, and we'll see. We'll see.
I agree. Tennessee -3. Next game is the Chargers against Washington football team. It's -1. The Chargers have a heck of a defense. There's no doubt about it. Washington defense was not bad last year at all. No, they had a very good defense.
Some monsters on their defense.
And this is and they're well coached. You know what I mean?
You got a Ron Rivera defense with some young studs.
Yes. They're just trying to find their way with the quarterback situation.
Yes.
Like so many other teams. This is going to be a tight one. Washington's playing at home. Chargers. I'm gonna because like I said, at one point it's a pick 'em. I'm gonna go with Washington, and I'm not like I said this is probably one that I'm not gonna gamble on. It's just where I'm going with it. I mean, this is gonna be a tough. It's gonna be a tough one to go to, but I think it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a great game to watch. Hey guys, we're gonna pay some bills like we have to. I want to thank everyone for tuning in every Tuesday night. Me and Big Lou, 8 o'clock. We appreciate you. Like I said, listen to KM Radio. A lot of great programming, and of course our show's on there. So you already know that it's got some great shows. So like I said, we're gonna pay some bills, and when we get back, we're gonna break down the rest of the week 1 NFL right here on KM Radio. We go ham. Here we go. KM Radio, we go ham. It's your boy Tony G, Big Lou, every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Get your sports book on, get your bets in, give you some picks for the week, a couple college, a bunch of pro. We're going to the next game. It's Philadelphia, Atlanta Falcons. Can Atlanta fix its problems? Is the Philadelphia going to be a trash fire? Those are the questions.
Yeah, those are the questions. They have 752 quarterbacks.
Man, I don't, Atlanta, man, it just they ever since the breakdown, they just haven't been.
Yeah,
hasn't been.
They just haven't recovered. It's almost like they're sipping the same Kool-Aid that we were sipping. After our Super Bowl, we got close, but we just never. Right there, we slip off the last notch.
Yeah. You guys
and now,
definitely have to.
Drew Brees is gone. Our hopes are still high, but no one knows with Jameis. But it's not about us. It's about Atlanta. It's about Philly. We got Jalen Hurts. We guess is the starting quarterback. We guess. I don't know. They have a laundromat full of quarterbacks over there.
They do.
As far as the talent on their team, I don't think Philly's going to be able to beat Atlanta because you still got Matt Ryan, who's still a MVP quarterback, capable, so they don't have Julio anymore, but they do have Kyle Pitts, the tight end, which is going to be his best friend, and we'll see what happens. They do have, don't they have a receiver that they draft that's pretty good or that they drafted?
They've made some. Yeah, they got some talent. But here's my problem with this game.
Okay.
I'm going to stay so far away from this because I've watched Atlanta over the last 2 years fold. You're like, oh, they're up by 20. They lost by 20. How did that happen? I mean, it wasn't one time or two times. It was just like every week you're like, stay away. And then I don't know what Philly's going to do. You know what I'm saying? So you pick. That's what I'm going to tell people. You pick whatever one you want. I'm out. Yeah. I may watch it just to be entertained, but I don't want anything to do with those two teams.
No.
Because Atlanta, all what you said was 100%. But Atlanta could just give it all in at 10 minutes left. And it's like that. I mean, it's amazing that I'm staying away from that. That one's I pick them if you want them. That's what I say. Now the next game I think is going to be something. Seattle against Indianapolis Colts.
Oh yeah, I do believe that's going to be a good one.
And the spread's 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
The over under is 49, which I like the under. I do like the under on this. I don't have a clear pick on a win, but I do like the under. Seattle minus 2.5, Indianapolis plus 2. What's your thoughts, man? These are two. The Colts got a defense,
right? And they're playing at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yes.
So you got a Seattle team that's extreme West Coast coming to the East Coast, from different time zones. So it's gonna be off, but I believe they got the team now. They having some issues with Dwayne Brown signing and getting on the field. So we had to play that we got to play that factor in. But I guess Russ is gonna have to, light his pot up and cook. But and then we got Indianapolis with Carson Wentz. He's back on the field, I do believe.
Yeah.
And we'll see what if they can rebuild. I'm pretty sure Frank Reich has made it familiar to what he was used to when they were in Philly. Just
I'm sure.
Terminology. So we'll see, because they have a stud running back and they got some weapons. T.Y. Hilton is still ridiculous, and their defense, like you say, is A1, solid,
A1,
ready to go,
solid,
playoff ready. So that's a good one to see. I haven't picked the game yet, but that's going to be interesting to see. Both of them have factors to where they could win that game, so it's hard for me to just pick a winner.
Oh yeah, it's I think I'm leaning more towards Indy at home plus 2.5, but it's going to be a tough game.
Right.
Going to be a great game. Next game is Cincinnati Bengals and Minnesota Vikings. Ken Burrows, can he win game one? Plus, they're basically the Cincinnati's +3. Minnesota's obviously -3. What do you think about? We think Burrows can win it, or?
Yeah, I think Burrows can win it at home. They're going to be playing at home. Minnesota doesn't travel well. When I say travel, I mean they're not a team that plays good on the road. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't have, and then I just don't have confidence in Cousins myself.
No, you don't.
Not
You
on
just
the
don't know
road.
you don't know what you're gonna get.
Right.
Bottom line is I like Cincy +3.
Mm-hmm.
And the over under it's 48. It's doable on the under. Trying to, yeah. Yeah. Still, I like Cincinnati. I like Cincinnati at home +3. Minnesota. Well, I mean, yeah. That's the pick. That's the pick of the week. I got next game is San Francisco 49ers, Detroit Lions. I think Detroit's in for a long afternoon.
Yeah, that's gonna be a long Sunday. Yeah, that's long. That's gonna be a long game for them guys.
Yeah, I think, and again, the only thing that G's got to do as quarterback is just really not a lot. You know what I mean? It's really low maintenance team. I mean, he doesn't have to. Yeah, he just. I mean.
Yeah, this is a rebuild, and Jared Goff is one of those quarterbacks that needs time to read the field, and that offensive line is not that. So
no, that's exactly. So I like San Fran -7.5.
mm-hmm.
I would be so surprised. I would be like, man, if Detroit won, I would just be.
Yeah,
I would
that
just
would be a OG segment for the show next week. OMG.
Yeah, I agree. Next game we got Cleveland against Kansas City. -6, of course, Kansas City. You're buying into the hype about Cleveland. I mean, what's your thoughts on Cincinnati, Cleveland? Cleveland and Kansas City.
I won't say I'm confident that Cleveland will win. You know, a lot of games they have the talent to do that. It's just all on Baker. It's all on Baker. They're not going to win this game. You know, it's Casey, it's Patrick Mahomes, it's Andy Reid. You know,
right?
Cleveland's coach is not ready. He's not ready for that yet. He's got the talent to do it. He's got the talent to win in the playoffs, depending on where Cleveland is in the regular season, or depending on what their record is. It could be a little bit more lenient, or a little bit more even, but no, not game one, not at home. Kansas City's hungry. They feel like they let themselves down, and they're gonna come out with a hunger. There's no hangover there. They're on a mission. So I don't think Cleveland's gonna win this one. I gotta go with KC on this one with the spread.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement with you there. Kansas City -6. The over under is 53. The money line's 225. Because I just see Kansas City. I think Cleveland has a good team. I just don't think they're in the caliber of Kansas City.
Right.
And I think Kansas City is coming out with something to prove, because I think they very, very aggravated about the way they lost last year, and they got something to prove. So Kansas City -6 at Kansas City. The next game is the Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots. We haven't talked about it. They let Cam go.
Mm-hmm.
They made a decision.
Yeah.
I was really surprised at the but obviously with Belichick, he made the decision that was best for his team.
Right. And
You
for
know,
the
there's no,
organization, yeah, and he basically Cam left him no choice because
yeah,
it
he's,
was a COVID protocol.
yep,
You know, Cam had maybe he, you know what I'm saying, a close COVID issue, but he had to refrain from the facility because of it.
right.
So they didn't have any choice but to let him go because of the COVID situation. He didn't, from what I understand, he didn't want to get vaccinated. So, that's okay
Yeah.
for the
Whatever you want to do.
team, and for the, the regulations that the NFL have. I can't put the team in jeopardy, be it if you believe in it or not. That's neither here nor there. No one cares. But I can't jeopardize my team because of what we have in store here. So we have to let you go. And that, I believe, is the reason why he's not signed with another team yet. But like I said, to each his own. Whether you get it or not, that's fine. But you just have to deal with what comes with each.
That's right.
And if you have a career where it's required, then there you go. But do you have plans? I believe people should stand where they stand for what they want to stand for.
Sure.
Are you prepared to deal with what comes with it? So if you prepare yourself to deal with what comes with that, where you can, operate in that area, fine. But I believe that's what it is with Cam. Now, back to the game. I believe that the Miami defense is going to give old Mac Jones fits because he's brand new, and you've got Xavier Howard, and you've got, studs over there on that D. It's a Belichickian type way, so it's going to be, but, Belichick's the Zen master. You're going to learn so much. But I believe that Miami's talent is better. Even though they're playing in New England, I think Miami can pull this off if they play Miami football.
Miami, I'm picking Miami +3 because it's too early in the game. I'm Mac Jones.
Yes.
Not saying he's not going to be great.
Right.
Just saying game one, 3-4 games in, it might be a different thing. But I'm with you. I'm going. I like Miami +3. All right, next game is Denver, the New York Giants. Denver's only favored by 2, but I would have to go with Denver. Denver's just a better team. And New York is still trying to figure out.
Figure it out. Saquon.
They're just trying to. So
back. Is Daniel Jones actually going to settle down and become the quarterback of the team? There's a lot out of.
There's a lot. There's definitely and the over.
A lot of questions to answer on that team.
Yeah, the over/under is 42, and that's really tempting. I'd have to evaluate it some more Saturday or Sunday, see if I would put it in a parlay. Next game is your team, man. Green Bay Packers, New Orleans Saints. The Saints are +4. What's your thoughts?
I do believe the Saints can win the game, even though it's displaced. But they're kind of used to that. It's almost a repeat of
2000
Hurricane Katrina, tragedy. And I understand, that energy, but I think I'm not sure because, Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers. But at the end of the day, the Saints defense is still lethal. And I believe Sean Payton has put a program together for Jameis Winston to be successful because he likes to air it out. And now Sean Payton has that quarterback that can air it out. And when he gets in trouble, you hand it off or dump it to Kamara or you hit one of your receivers here. Now, this situation they got going on with the receiver, I'm not sure. I had to do some more digging with that, but he's on the trade market.
Yeah, Tom. Yeah, he's unhappy or there's
Michael Thompson is that?
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Yeah.
He's not
So
happy.
he's not real. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I think him and Sean Payton have kind of went this way.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but I do believe they had a talent to carry him. So
Lou likes you like.
I like New Orleans in this game.
+4. All right, I'm gonna put you down. All right, +4 at home. Next game is Chicago Bears, Los Angeles Rams. We got a couple more minutes and we got 2 more games. Chicago Bears, LA Rams.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to go. LA Rams.
You got to go with LA.
Minus, Chicago is still just a mess.
Yeah, and
just not
brand new quarterback with
with
Aaron Donald.
So I think LA Rams. Yeah, like I said, the Rams are going to be. I think the Rams are going to be a very good team this year. I think they're going to probably be in the NFC title game. Wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't surprise me. So we like the Rams -7.5 at home.
Mm-hmm.
May I add? All right. Last but not least, Baltimore Ravens, Las Vegas Raiders. It's +4 for the Raiders. I don't know why it's that close because I really would think the Ravens are gonna. I say this. There's times last year when I counted the Raiders out and
mm-hmm.
they screwed up a bet because they hung in there. They hung in there. Yeah, but I think the Ravens, plus or -4.5. I think that's the bet. All right, so we've gone through college. We went through NFL. It's week 1 coming up, man. We appreciate everybody. We got another Tuesday night in the books. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Sports Book. Every Tuesday, me and my guy Big Lou, we gave you our picks. Go over them. Like I said about Saturday, maybe Sunday, because there might be some other sicknesses or somebody that didn't follow protocol that could easily change the whole output of the game, change the spread, that's for sure. Guys, pay attention. Hey, we'll win some money this year. Right. And again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in on this KM Radio every Tuesday night. KM Radio, where we go ham.